to the newest edition of Chicago Blackhawks Hockey Central podcast. I am your host, Joe Vitali, alongside Skoks, as usual. Um, a lot of stuff going on around the league.
hmm
Yesterday, a lot of camps opened, and today, the rest obviously opened, that being the Chicago Blackhawks. Lots of stuff to cover today. We're just going to go with some signings really quick.
hmm
Colby Barlow, who was on at least on our list for the
hmm
Blackhawks to draft in the 2023 draft, he signed his ELC with the Winnipeg Jets. So cool to see that. He's got a big body,
Yeah.
6 foot, 190. Okay, not
hmm
huge.
hmm
I must be mixing him up with someone else who's a little bit bigger, but
hmm
so he played in the Owen Sound Attack OHL, 59 games played, 79 points last season,
Yeah.
and 3 points, all goals in 4 games in the playoffs for Owen Sound. So then he
Mm.
played also in the U18 Hlinka Gretzky Cup and the World Junior Championship.
hmm
6 games in the World Junior Championship for 4 points, 5 games played in the Hlinka Gretzky Cup for 5 points. So good for
hmm
him and earning that ELC, and it's life changing amount of money. So
Yeah.
good,
Um.
great for him.
Yeah. And he's mostly known for like over the past year, for his flow, and he's got the beard going.
Oh,
Like
nice.
you would think he's like a
He's
28-year-old like vet.
he's one of those werewolf kids. I
Yeah.
gotcha. That's funny.
But the guy's like 18. It's nuts.
Yeah, he's probably been shaving since he was like 15.
Yeah, man.
Ugh,
Colby. I mean,
Colby.
top 10 hockey name, Colby Barlow. Cool, cool.
Dude, it just rolls off the tongue. Yeah, for sure.
It does. It does.
And then Kalen Addison, the Minnesota Wild, got away with a crime here. In
hmm
1 year, $825,000 for Kalen Addison. So I was just talking with Skokes. Kalen Addison, I had him on my fantasy team last year. That's why I know him so
Right.
much. But he was like Minnesota's number one power play guy,
hmm
power play quarterback. He's moving the puck, he's shooting the puck, he's getting that in on net for rebounds. So, um, and then when you got guys like a Matt Zuccarello or a Ryan Hartman,
hmm
guys who are really good at like around the net to bury it,
hmm
he was the perfect guy. And then the Minnesota Wild got John Klingberg, and we're like, all right, thank you for your service, Kalen Addison. We're gonna health bomb you, and
hmm
so his role got severely reduced. So uh, going to be a good season. Watch out, Kalen Addison. Um, 1 year, 825. Everyone knows Minnesota's cap hell right now. They got
hmm
$14 million in dead cap space because of that Parise and Suter buyout.
Right.
So they're in the bargain bin, and they got away with one here.
hmm
We also have a trade to announce. Unless, did you want to say something about the Wild?
Uh, yeah, just really quick on like
Of course.
John Klingberg.
Yeah.
Just a funny move, because he started out with Anaheim, right, last season, and the Wild were trying to make a little push in the offseason there, but John Klingberg, too bad, it's just, I mean, he was a
He's had a
top defenseman.
Yeah, he's had a weird career.
It's it's been rough last year and a half ish. uh
Definitely.
Unfortunate, just not great. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, there was like a rumor he had like an 8 by, I think it was like 7.25 or
Yeah.
6.75 contract with the Stars,
hmm
and he was like, no, I want like Heiskanen money because I see what you're paying him and
hmm
whatever, and it's like, well, John, buddy, you're not as good as him.
Oh,
So,
wow.
it's like he wanted that 9 million. He wanted that 8 by 9 million,
Oh, wow.
and like the Stars were just like, sorry, we can't afford that,
Mhm.
and off you go. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go bet on myself, get that 1 year deal in Anaheim, and it's like, dude, it's Anaheim. They've got like
Yeah.
two NHL defensemen, bro.
Mhm.
Like, and
Yeah.
then he got traded at the deadline to the Minnesota Wild to try and recoup, some more
Mhm.
money and term and whatever. So now he's on the Toronto Maple Leafs for like 4.15. So
Uh,
talk about betting on yourself. I mean, there's a lot of firepower on that Toronto Maple Leafs team. So
mhm.
maybe you can just get that puck up to
Yeah.
those guys, to your Matthews, to your Marners, and
Mhm.
they can bury it. And then, maybe they trade him or something.
Yeah. Could be.
Who knows?
Right.
Uh, but yeah, so then, and we have a trade to announce,
Mhm.
surprisingly. This is a
Yeah.
bit of a cap dump situation. So this saw the Vancouver Canucks send Tanner Pearson and a third round pick to Montreal
Mhm.
for Casey DeSmith. And I think we talked about it when we saw that giant Eric Carlson trade that set Casey DeSmith to
Yeah.
Montreal. And we were like, wait, okay, so they've got Montembeault and Allen, and now
Mhm.
they have DeSmith. So it's like, who's the odd man out? It's
Mhm.
DeSmith. Um, and so they needed, I think Vancouver does need a backup. They've got Thatcher Demko. He went down last season,
Mhm.
and then it was like Spencer Martin and Colin Delia.
Oh, jeez.
It's like,
Hawks legend.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hawks legend, but
Right.
it's not going to cut it.
No.
So yeah, so everyone gets what they need. Vancouver needed a backup goaltender and some
Mhm.
cap relief. They got it. And Montreal, Tanner Pearson gets a fresh start. They also
Yeah.
get a third round pick in 2025. I believe in 2025, that 2025 pick,
Mhm.
that 2025 year, they've got like oodles of picks. I think they have
Wow.
like two per round.
Mhm.
So eight picks in the first 4 rounds. You know,
Yeah.
fourth round guys are making it right now. So
Right.
good for them. And Tanner Pearson, really strange situation last season with
Yeah.
him as well. He like broke his hand or something,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then got it repaired surgically, and like it didn't work,
Mhm.
or they did the wrong surgery or something. And so like the confidence in the medical team
Mhm.
of Vancouver was completely shaken. You even had Quinn Hughes coming out because Tanner Pearson was such a locker room guy. Everyone, the
Yeah.
boys loved him. And
Mhm.
so like Quinn Hughes just like came out unprompted and was like, yeah, I don't know why they're like messing with Tanner, but
Mhm.
that's really bad. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I do remember that now. Yeah.
Right. And so then
Right.
he was like, then, unfortunately, he was like getting Tanner, he was getting like a surgery a week almost. He was just
Wow.
like, kept getting it repaired. And then when it's Patrick Alvin there, right? And
Mhm.
then Jim Rutherford, I want to say, is the head of hockey operations. When they got
Mhm.
in, they made changes to that medical staff because they were, you know, obviously you can't return with those guys. So
No.
they're out of there. And unfortunately, Tanner Pearson is out as well because, like I said, he's a big locker room guy for
Right. Yeah.
the Vancouver Canucks. So you know, Montreal Canadiens, young team,
Mhm.
always need those vets to guide you. So now they got one,
Yeah.
and it appears he's going to be playing, which is
Mhm.
awesome because
Yeah.
you know, right there, there were rumors that Tanner Pearson might not play hockey again.
Wow.
So it's like
Mhm.
you just like with ending your career with malpractice
Mhm.
is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
You say the NHL is the best league in the world. It's time to start acting like it.
Mhm.
So interesting. September 19th trade.
Yeah.
Then that's pretty much it for the league. I mean, Speaking of Montreal Canadiens, actually, we can just run through this really quick. Paul
Yeah.
Byron,
Yeah.
12 seasons in the NHL, decided he's going to hang him up.
Hmm.
So good for him. Nice little career. He had that unbelievable goal
Hmm.
in the bubble against the Maple Leafs to
Yeah.
eliminate them,
Yes. Yes. I
I
do
think.
remember that one. Yep.
It was like he got knocked down by like Morgan Riley or maybe it was Timothy Liljegren.
Hmm.
And he was like, he went down and then from his knees put it in.
Hmm.
Ah, that was beautiful.
Yeah. That was a fun little little bubble, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it was a weird bubble, but some fun games.
I was just listening to a podcast and they had a guy in
Mhm.
on and they were like, yeah, so when did you like playing or whatever? And he was like, the bubble, dude. I
Yeah.
loved the bubble. It was so fun. Like it was just it was Anders Lee, New
Oh,
York
really?
Islanders. He was saying that yeah, he said he loved it.
Wow.
He said it was just like a blast because they were with all the boys,
Yeah.
and like they had to hang out with each other and they were
Mhm.
going on a run. And I think in the bubble they made it to like the finals or Eastern
Yeah.
Conference, I want to say. Eastern Conference
Yeah.
finals.
I was gonna say, Luke Richardson, uh, behind the net. I think it was in the bubble, uh, when the Habs made it to
Oh,
the cup.
you were correct
I
because
I think it was.
Dom Ducharme
Yeah, yeah,
got Ronus.
yeah.
Nice.
Man, big
Hey,
time
go.
stuff. Big time stuff from
That
Coach
is
Luke.
big. That is big time.
Jeez.
Talk
Good
about
stuff.
talk about like filling a void.
My goodness. Coach Luke.
Hey, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go, Luke.
Yeah.
And now the Blackhawks have him as the head coach. So
Right.
this
Uh
is awesome.
really quick on just like a league wide tidbit.
Yeah.
Boston Bruins didn't think that they were gonna make a move um this quickly, but they named Brad Marchand the captain of the
Oh,
Boston
that's
Bruins.
Rat King. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Don't love
forgot
it.
about that.
Don't love it, but
Yeah.
but
I'm, I'm
hey, might
sure.
might as well.
Yeah, I do think that it is slightly sudden, but like I mean,
Yeah,
Marchand's been there a while, so
right.
he'll probably, at the end of Marchand's tenure, it'll probably be McAvoy, since
Really.
McAvoy's going to be, like a lifer with the Bruins. He signed long term as well. So,
Mhm.
because I think I want to say Marchand is like 33, 34.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely
So,
mids, yeah. He's gotta
so,
be.
so he's a little older. I mean, I still think he's
Mhm.
got a lot of juice in him,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that's really cool
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
you know they got a captain.
Now that you brought that up, I would have rather had, McAvoy
Just like
at
right away.
at SC
Yeah,
on the back end, like, starting with, like, Chara, having the C on the back end. I don't know, it just seems like, longest tenure going from Chara to, Bergeron, right? And
right.
then, Marchand, a little weird, don't love it, but yeah, it's alright, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they did like that whole like announcement thing. It was like funny
Yeah.
and memey and it was just
Mm,
like weird though overall, I think.
mhm. Right, right.
Yeah, and then just to wrap up signings,
Mhm,
this one is a lack of signing.
mhm,
Trevor Zegras
mhm.
seems like Pat Verbeek is
Oh,
really trying to grind Trevor Zegras, and he's
mhm.
offering him like $4 and $5 million contracts, um, which I don't. I'm pretty sure Zegras has been getting like 55, 65 points. So
Mhm.
like it's not. that's not $4 million.
No, no.
When you're getting that type of production, you're probably looking more along the lines of like a 6.625.
Yeah.
They have the cap space. They have reinforcements on the way. In Zellweger,
Mhm.
and they've got another defenseman. Uh,
Yes, they do. Um,
I don't remember what his name is though. It's
yeah,
escaping me at
it's
the moment.
like
But I mean, they've got
yeah.
Drysdale, which he still needs a contract as well. And
Mhm,
I understand last season he was hurt like in like the second game or something,
mhm,
and you didn't really get a lot out of him. But I think he's played over 100 NHL games, and like
mhm.
he's a good player, and you
Yeah.
don't have to break the bank. You don't have to offer him a Rasmus Dahlin or a Jake Sanderson. You
Mhm,
just give him a nice little bridge, like a 4x4, 4x4.5.
mhm.
They have the money, and they have the roster spots. They've got good players. They've got Mason McTavish. They've got Troy
Right.
Terry.
Mhm,
They've got Trevor
mhm.
Zegras.
Carlson.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
exactly. They just got Carlson,
Mhm.
who's going to be their franchise center. And they've got like Alex Killorn, and
Yeah.
they've got
Weird
these
one.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird a 6.25 for him from like
Yeah.
5 years,
Yeah.
and I think he's like 30 something, like
Mhm,
35, and I
mhm.
think they're going to get him to like 41, which is like, guys, what would you say you do here? But
Yeah.
anyway,
Mhm,
and so I don't understand. I don't know what Verbeek's doing here.
mhm,
Seems like he's playing hardball just to play hardball. I
mhm.
mean, like
Yeah, weird.
Zegras is like he's that Showtime player.
Mhm.
He's on the cover of NHL.
Yeah.
He's whatever. They've been tapping him for events at there was like there was some sort of dinner or something.
Mhm.
And Zegras was like a waiter.
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
He was like skating around being their server. I don't know what that was about, but
Yeah.
so he's your franchise guy. So
Mhm.
uh Verbeek, just
Yeah,
sign a deal. It doesn't have to be crazy.
yeah.
You don't have to give them like $15 million, bro. Like
Mhm.
just give them
Yeah, just get it
6.5
done. Just get it
and get it
done.
done.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
weird.
don't want to be this have this war with like one of your franchise players.
Mhm. Right.
But moving on to bigger and better things, we've got Blackhawks news.
Mhm.
The NBC crew has been
Mhm.
announced, and it's star-studded.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, you have the list in front of you. You want to give them a go?
I do have it right here in about 3 seconds. Here we go. Yes. NBC Sports Chicago revamping the Hawks studio talent. So pre games, intermissions, post games,
Yeah,
yeah, for pretty much every game. And I expect this to be on like a rotation, because I don't know if they're all gonna be there, you know, every game, right? Obviously, the schedule's weird, but returning people, here we go. Kaylee Chelios returning with Chris Chelios. I think we all saw that one coming, right?
yeah.
Um, it
The
definitely
jersey
seemed like it.
retirement, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm. Right. Tony Granado, John Scott, which we broke a week or two ago, and
Yeah,
Dennis Savard, 18, number 18 in red.
heavy baby.
Yeah.
That
And
Tony
yeah,
Granado is a little interesting.
right.
So Don, his brother,
Uh-huh.
is coaching the Sabres.
Hmm.
Was Tony coaching? Is he still coaching Wisco, University of Wisconsin?
Was. I listened into the NBC Sports Chicago, and I think he's out now
Oh,
from there, right? Wisconsin, but I guess this is his just I don't know, full-time gig now, or not too sure what's going on with him. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but he was definitely at Wisco, yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So he's local, just jumping up to Madison. Madison's
Yeah.
like 2.5, 3 hours away.
Right, right. Mhm.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. And PB, obviously, the studio host, returning for his 12th uh, consecutive season. That's
PB, dude's a beaut.
reliable. PB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I love PB. I think he tells it how it is,
Hmm.
and but I don't think he does it. He doesn't do it like maliciously or
No, no,
anything.
no,
It's not personal ever.
no.
Um, and it's like, and like he doesn't like skate around, pun
Hmm.
intended,
Yeah.
like serious topics or anything. Also, like he'll just meet it head on and just
Hmm.
address it with reason and logic
Oh yeah.
and calm. And I really appreciate it.
Hmm.
And I like what he does. And
Yeah.
so that's awesome, man.
Hmm.
That's a really, really good crew.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
by the way, Tony Granato no longer, as
Hmm.
Mike Hastings is the head coach. So
Okay.
yeah, the Granato clan is from the Chicagoland area. I want to say like Franklin Park or
Oh really?
Evergreen Park or something. I
Oh.
I, I, I could be wrong, but I'm
Uh
pretty
huh.
sure they're from Illinois.
Yeah.
And
Okay. That's good
yeah,
stuff.
hockey royalty right there.
Yeah. Let's go down the tree a bit, right? Going from the commentators to the front office. Assistant GM Jeff Greenberg, right?
Right.
We brought him over from the Cubs a year ago, and he just took the GM role back in baseball with the Detroit Tigers. So, uh,
Boo.
yeah, obviously a bottoming, franchise there, and hey, they need some help.
Yeah,
So
I
call up Jeff.
I cannot remember the last time the Detroit Tigers were like relevant.
Hmm.
They have been so bad.
Right, right.
So bad. I'm not really much of a baseball guy, but my
Yeah.
girlfriend's from Michigan, so
Okay, okay.
every time like Michigan sports, like her mom still lives there and her stepdad, so
Hmm.
they like, her stepdad like obviously loves Detroit everything. Red
Hmm.
Wings, Tigers, Lions.
Oh, geez.
It's been a tough, tough life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Pistons, yeah.
so Jeff Greenberg back to baseball.
Hmm. Yeah.
Came in, shuffled around the analytics department, made a bunch of hires. I
Hmm.
think a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how the Blackhawks have the largest uh, analytics team
Hmm. Yep.
with 9 people, I believe.
Hmm.
So that's awesome. Hopefully it wasn't more of a, oh wow, this sport is really random.
Hmm.
Can't really quantify it. I'm gonna leave, and
Yeah.
more of a, hey, I did what I can do, and baseball's my gig. Head GM job. I want a head GM baseball
Yeah.
job, and he's in. You know,
Yeah.
the opportunity arose, and those I feel like those don't uh, come around often.
No, definitely just like on that like rotation, like leaving the Cubs, going to Hawks, and then just hopping right back front seat GM role.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. That's that
Yeah,
that's
that's
that's good
awesome.
stuff. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, probably a pay bump and then definitely like title as well.
Right, right.
Instead of
Hmm.
like AGM or co-GM of the Blackhawks, he's the general manager of the Detroit Tigers. So good
Yeah.
for him.
Yep. What a jump. Starting out training camp, right? First day, Thursday here.
Right.
The
Day one
roster,
today.
yeah. The roster pretty much, I mean, everyone. The official roster, obviously the rostered players, right? And a whole bunch of the rookies because the rookie showcase was last week. So they're obviously all in town, and they're all sticking around for that 55 player training camp roster uh, starting out this week.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of bodies on the ice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And a couple notable misses from uh,
Mm-hmm.
the training camp was Taylor Hall,
Right.
Colin Blackwell. They were both dealing with lower body injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jalen Lightman as well,
Yeah.
also
Mm-hmm.
uh, dealing with a nagging injury. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, Connor Bedard spent a lot of time today with Tyler Johnson and
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Donato.
Yeah.
Kyle Davidson was saying that Ryan Donato can play anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Lucas Reichel, Andreas Athanasiou, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
Philip Kershev.
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Kurashev.
Chevy.
Chevy. Chevy
Yeah.
drives Chicago.
Yeah.
um,
Philip. Philip.
Phil, good old Phil the Thrill.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think that's an interesting second line, to be honest,
Right.
because Taylor Radish, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Hall is going to be probably that left wing side. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, we also had KD coming out and saying how he expects Lucas Reichel to be
Mm-hmm.
full time on the Blackhawks, A, and B, a centerman. So,
Yes. Yes.
so
Mm-hmm.
you know, I guess maybe down the middle, we're probably going to go Bedard, Reichel,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Could
I guess
be.
pick someone
Yeah.
because it could be
Could be
literally anybody.
Dickinson,
Pro-
Gutman.
Probably
I mean,
Dickinson.
I would expect Dickinson to be on that third line. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then that fourth line,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
I
could be
mean, you
anybody.
can mix and
Blackwell,
match. Yeah.
Bl- Entwistle, Reese Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. Um, I there was word on Taylor Hall's injury note. Right. Coach Luke doesn't think it's a significant thing. Right.
Nice.
Obviously, we all hope it's not, because that would not be good for
Right.
us.
No, that would be so awful.
Yeah,
Your
that
number one forward
right.
besides Connor Bedard.
Yeah, and he's crucial to get this lineup going. Right, being on that line one with Connor, definitely need him back. The Hawks dropped like a training camp clip. Few clips from their media day, and they had Taylor Hall in the red sweater.
Nice.
Looks sick.
Yeah, it looks great.
Um, yeah, so hopefully nothing serious. Gearing up soon, and we'll see him on the ice. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And then on the back end, we had
Hmm.
Wyatt Kaiser and Seth Jones spending a lot of time together.
Right. Right.
Strong prospect showcase from Wyatt Kaiser, the
Yeah.
captain.
Hmm.
um, and then it was Korchinski and Murphy
Hmm.
together. And it's seeming like that those might be the pairs. And then Jared
Yeah.
Tenorti was with Nolan Allen, who was playing on his opposite side.
Hmm. There's also the what's it called? Like the second group, right?
Hmm.
Because they all, they obviously all don't practice at the same time because that's a heck of a lot of people. It's like open skate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah. So a few pairs from the second group, we have Vlasic and Zaitsev, Del Mastro, Crevier. So trying to get a little Rockford chemistry going there. Uh,
Right.
Ross McDougal camp invite this year,
Oh,
along
interesting.
with along with Perot or Parrot. They called
Oh,
him.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a couple invites, but Yeah, some nice pairs. Preseason is definitely going to be a lot of fun. Starting next week, Thursday. I believe it's the 28th. Um, that's going to be great. Just to see these lineups, pairings, the young guys. This is great stuff. Great stuff for the roster. To get a good look at it, right?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, McDougal. You said Josh, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Josh McGoogle, right?
So last year he played for the Indy Fuel and the Norfolk Admirals. So
Mm-hmm.
that's East Coast Hockey League.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Ross McDougal. Ross McDougal.
Ross McDougal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of McDougals, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Ross McDougal. Oh, he's
Yeah.
British. He's from England.
Jeez.
What?
Wow.
Wait, no, this can't be it.
Mm-hmm.
This is saying that Ross McDougal is 45 years old.
Oh wow.
I must have the wrong guy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
no
Uh
matter. We'll see him on the training camp roster. We'll see what he
yeah.
does, and maybe he's there for a veteran presence, and
Yeah.
or maybe like some jam, just so like, maybe some kids like they want to take it easy. Oh, it's just prospects camp.
Right, right.
He's the motor that drives everyone. So
Yeah, could
we'll
be.
we'll see how it goes. Uh,
Yeah.
and then there was one thing I wanted to mention about camp
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we might have already covered it with that the Nolan Allen doing the offside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Oh,
On
no, this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say Korchinski, he's
mm-hmm.
probably going to play a good chunk with the
Yeah,
Blackhawks, but if
right.
he plays 40 games, he becomes an unrestricted free agent sooner, 1 year sooner.
Oh really?
So the Hawks lose that RFA protection, which is it's really nice to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, for the control
Yeah.
factor. Obviously, I don't think Korchinski is going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's going to play more than the 10 game and burn that first year of the ELC. Does
Yeah.
not matter. Hawks only have a couple more players signed after next season. So
Yeah.
um, roster space is not going to be the issue. Uh, it's just, obviously you want that team control. Keep that salary just a little bit lower so
Mm-hmm.
that when the Hawks are competing, it's not, it's not an Eric Carlson $11.5 million,
Yeah, right.
where it's kind of strapping you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be smart, right? To have a little protection with that. Um, you don't want to get in that situation mode, you know, where you're bouncing around trying to get it done, and that's just a lot on you uh, for the contract, right? Yeah, so hope it all sails smooth, and I think it will. Yeah,
I think so too.
right.
And, I mean, NHL is not a developmental league, so
No, no.
which we've stated many times before. There's nothing wrong with, hey, play a Monday night versus whoever, and then
hmm
we'll take a back to back off, or
hmm
go sit in the press box and see everything, you know, at large, see
hmm
plays develop,
Yeah.
see like defensive structure form and whatnot, where he needs to go and where he needs to be.
hmm
Eye in the sky, nice stuff.
Yeah.
So, and also last season he played a lot of hockey. He had the
Oh
World
yeah.
Juniors, he had the Memorial Cup, he had the
hmm
regular Western Hockey League. I mean, the
Yeah.
kid was going, going, going. So we don't need him to break down or anything.
hmm
And maybe he can give his body a rest
Yeah.
that way as well.
Yeah. Learning. situations, right? Got a lot of vets on the team this year.
Yeah.
A lot of guys to learn from, you know. Corch, he is gonna improve. You know, it's about getting better, and I think he will. He will
Yeah.
get a lot better.
I think so too.
Yeah, just being here, right?
Yeah, and
Great stuff.
I like that pairing with Murphy.
Yeah.
Originally, I would think that he would be, since
Mhm.
he's going to be the 1D,
Yeah.
um, I would think I'd want him up on that first pairing. But I
With
do like,
Jones,
yeah,
right?
with Jones, but
Mhm.
I do like him kind of on that second pair, just,
Yeah.
with Murph as a steady presence,
Mhm.
and Corch, maybe he can pinch or
Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
and Murph will be able to lock it down.
Yeah.
And
Definitely love
then
that.
yeah, and then Kaiser, he's got that offensive upside that, maybe like a little bit more than, like, say, a Seth Jones.
Mhm.
So that's got a good dynamic to it. And then that last one with Tonordi and Allen,
Mhm.
heavy, heavy line.
Yeah.
So
That's
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 the
a fun line.
punishment. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the punishment.
Yep. Heavy hitters, right? Really quick on just like Coach Luke, super involved in practice, right? Seems like a great vocal coach, right? Just getting through the drills and stuff like that. Couple clips of him even going back to like last year where he's skating with the guys, uh,
Right.
doing laps here, and he's keeping up. Coach Luke is moving. He is moving.
That dude's yoked.
Right. And he's always at the end of the line. So, keeps the tempo going. And that's great. Love it, man. Great stuff. Coach Luke.
Yeah,
Um,
leading by example, I like that.
yeah. Quick clip from Mario, right? On Lucas Reichel. Just
Mm.
running a few drills here, but man, we are definitely not looking into it enough, right? Just from that chemistry last year with um, Double A Kershev, but Reichel looks great. Just taking shots, flying down the ice here. Just a drill, but he looks like a legit NHLer. Uh, Big season. I'm expecting a really good season from Reichel here.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
I think in the offseason, Reichel focused on, with the announcement that he's going to be playing center. I
Yeah.
think he focused on the defensive part of his game, and
Hmm.
like face-offs and like positioning and whatnot
Right.
over the summer. So uh, good for him. And
Yeah.
honestly, since the Hawks have Bedard,
Hmm.
such a it's so exciting. And then like a Corch, and it's like, okay, and then like a Gayan or a Camesso, and it's like, all
Yeah.
right, we've got one at each position. Reichel kind of flies under the radar, and it's like, hey
Hmm.
guys, we got us something really
Oh
good
yeah.
here in Lucas Reichel. So
Hmm.
pay attention to Reichel. He's going to be up with the big club the entire time. He's going to be playing 82 games.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be, honestly, man, this might be a little bit bold, but I think I'm going to clock Reichel at about 55 points.
Yeah. You know what? The more I just looked at last year, I mean, minimum 20 goals. Not just because of that second line chemistry, right? But the opportunities that he's gonna have. PP1, just stamp him in there. Bedard,
Stupid.
Hall, Reichel, either Jones, Radish. If he's playing some bumper sometimes. This is gonna be great. Gonna be great. Get out to training camp this week, next week. If people have an opportunity to pick up some tickets, I will definitely be there a few days. This week, next week. Gotta get out there. Gotta check it out. Gotta check out the guys.
Yeah, love to see them in person.
Yeah.
And you got anything else? I think we're good to wrap up.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the day one of training camp. And um, any more interesting tidbits on, day two? And I think I'll be there Saturday, so gonna have
Perfect.
some great stuff on that for Saturday, day three. Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
really quick on Adam Guyon.
Yeah.
Debut with the Green Bay Gamblers. Yeah,
USHL.
yeah.
Yeah.
Debut. I'm not sure if that's just preseason or not. Maybe could be. Stopping 23 to 24 shots, so letting one. Won 4-1 over Lincoln. I believe that's Lincoln Academy. Great stuff. Guyon, one goal. Keep it up, man.
Nice.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, USHL, he is far down there. So
Oh yeah.
we've got plenty of time on him,
Hmm.
but good to see that he's, you
Yeah.
know,
Starting out
stopping.
strong.
Yeah, he's stopping almost everything.
Right.
The guy
Yeah.
on wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in to the Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast.
Mhm.
I've been Joe Vitali, and that's been Skoks. Go Hawks, and get out to training camp this
Yeah.
weekend.
Let's go Hawks.